Hi, this is Dr. Koenig, and this is the second part of trying to do our homework from page 68 for individual and group assessment. And we are using PSPP, and we have put in all of the data over here, and then we have also put in our value labels over here. So you can see I've put in everything here for both of the variables. I did write this out, anger control and calmness, and you can sort of see in a minute what happens once we start to analyze it. So here's the beauty of using a software program that is built for statistics. So now we know that we are supposed to find the mean, median, mode, range, standard deviation, I believe. Maybe I should actually look this up in the book. To make sure that we're doing the right stuff. Oh, wrong page. Let's see. And more pages. 68 pages. Isn't it page 68? Yeah. Okay. Mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range. Oh, and correlation. Forgot that. Okay, so now we've got everything set in here. We go up here to analyze. And first we want descriptive statistics because mean, median, and mode are things that describe our distribution. So we're going to go to descriptive and we're going to do frequencies is fine because it'll give us what we want. You can see that AC and CA are already over here. These are the variables that I want to look at. This might be over here because I had already looked at it a few minutes ago. So we want to indicate here, we want mean, mode, where's the median? There. Now, if we wanted to, we could also say standard deviation and range because it offers us that as well. Now, it doesn't offer us the correlation, but that's okay. So we're going to run the frequency. All we do, well, let me show you this first before we hit OK. We can ask it to make some charts for us. We can do histograms, bar charts, pie charts. You can play with that. It's got some cool stuff. Or you can do frequency tables, which is not quite as cool, but also interesting. Okay, so when we're ready, we're going to hit OK. And ta-da, here's our answer. And it basically says, here's what you asked me to do. The mean, standard deviation, range, mode, and median. So we're going to go down here. And for anger control, here are our answers. So our mean, mode, median, and standard deviation, and range. That's for anger control. And you'll see down here for calmness, it tells you the same thing. Now notice that here where it says mode, that actually there's a little dot and there's no number. Now, mode is our most frequently occurring score. So when this happens, what that tells us is there is not a score that is the most frequently occurring. This is a small data set. So basically what that means is there's no score that's in there at least twice. So if we wanted to eyeball it, we could, but we know that there really isn't a mode. Now, what we want, if we wanted to, we could sort of average that out and come up with something, but technically no mode. Okay, so that's the answer to question number 2 and question number 3. Now, let's flip back over to our data. We're going to go back up to analyze, and we're going to go to, let's see, bivariate correlation. Now, here's our variables, and we have to highlight it and tell it we want to work with this variable and we want to work with this variable. Now, I'm going to leave this on two-tailed. You can read in your book and sort of see what the difference is between two-tailed and one-tailed, but I'm not going to try to go into that right now. I'm going to leave this on two-tailed, and I'm going to hit OK. And then somewhere, I don't know where it went to, I should have an analysis. But I'm not sure where it went. Okay, well, let's try it again. I was doing this the other day. I was using this program on this Mac the other day, and for some reason, it locked my system up, so I'm hoping that's not what's happening. Please, no. There's my data set. That's my frequency output. You can see here where it was frequency. Okay, so oh, hang on. There we go. All right. Why it did it like that, I have no idea. All right, so correlation. It says here, we ask it to do two-tailed. Here's anger control, and it always does this little box like this. It'll put anger control here, anger control here, calmness here, calmness here. So it basically compares them against themselves. So here you can see our Pearson correlation is 0.36. You can see the same thing up here, calmness, calmness is correlated to calmness it's a perfect correlation. It's a 1.0. And anger correlates with anger perfectly, 1.0. However, calmness and anger control correlates at 0.36. And you can see the same thing. This is just a reflection. If you fold this like diagonally across the page, you only have to read one half of the box. So anger control and calmness, again, it's the same exact thing, 0.36. So remember I said go look in your book and see if you can find a diagram that shows you what level of correlation begins to be significant, and plug that 3.6 in there and see, is it significant or is it not significant? And that ends this tutorial. I really want you guys to see the difference between using a statistical software package, something that's set up like this. There's a lot more prep to it, but when you go to run the analysis, it's quick, it's like very easy. If you're using Excel, there's less prep, but running each analysis is a like multi-step process for everything that you want to do. So hopefully you guys will get to do this for yourself, and you can see for yourself what might be a time to use Excel and what might be a time to use something like PSPP. All right, that concludes this. Now let me see if I can find my off button here. There we go. Happy learning.